catching heat from the Africans, y'all. They on my head because I won't say we from Africa. We not from fucking Africa. You women over there wearing wigs and shit now because these American women over here wearing wigs, trying to emulate our dances and shit. Emulate an afro, motherfucker. Emulate a beard. Let me see you grow a beard and a big old afro. Emulate that.
And Yazi, it's always the older black men. It's never the young ones. It's always the old guys. You'd think that a gray beard is a sign of wisdom, but wisdom has been chasing you. You are just faster. And for someone without hair, you have so much to say on people who have hair. What do you know about hair? Anyway, I wrote a couple of insults that I think fit the situation. I wrote them all down. So you're going to sit and listen to every one of them. God didn't think you'd live long enough to give you intelligence. When it was raining brains, you opened your umbrella. Even if you had Microsoft, you still wouldn't excel. You're proof that God has a sense of humor. Even your shadow is embarrassed to follow you. If stupidity was a profession, you, my friend, would be a CEO. You're the reason why they put instructions on shampoo bottle. You're like a mosquito in a black room, loud and unnecessary. Do you carry your stupidity around like it's a family heirloom? Yeah, that's all for today. That's all I have. But I really don't understand the point of that video.
Diaspora is what would eventually become our undoing as a people. Because me, I don't know why still in 2025 we still have people who are starting these wars.
I got a question for black Americans that think they came from Africa. Okay? Listen up. Have you ever seen an African from Africa over there with an afro and a beard? I'm waiting. No, you haven't. You know why? Because we're not from Africa. You know what I'm saying? We're not from Africa. Their hair don't grow like ours. They don't grow beards. They don't. I mean, no shame to them, but I'm just saying, this is the difference.
And people who are willing to participate.
You see, I'm African, not African American, and we have pride. We believe in winning. On the contrary, BWs and BMs, you blame, you victimize yourselves. You blame other people for all your situations. That's why you're at the bottom.
There are like 3 different wars happening at the same time as we speak.
And you know what I'm going to say what don't nobody want to say? We don't eat African food like that. African food ain't good. Black people eat Jamaican food. Hell, we'll eat Indian food, Chinese food before we go buy African food. Africans had to eat out of necessity. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have spices and stuff like that over there. And they've become accustomed to eating the way they've been eating. They never changed the fufu nasty as hell. Y'all don't know how to put no seasoning, no salt, pepper, or put some butter over the damn fufu. Y'all food is too bland. And y'all tried to compare it with jambalaya and gumbo, Creole, New Orleans. Oh no, y'all need to cut that one out.
Grown men and women, grown men and women, unprovoked. Not that if it were provoked, it would have been okay, but you would understand that, okay, maybe they are like punching back because they are getting punched at. But no, unprovoked, all of them as you see them so. These are people that we are supposed to be looking up to as the quote-unquote elders that they are in our communities to help lead the younger ones down the right path, in the right direction, educate them, tell them, no, this is wrong, you should not be doing this, do this instead, right? But look at them. See what they are doing on the internet. It's embarrassing. I'm so embarrassed on their behalf. As I'm speaking to you guys right now, our people are going at it. They are butting heads with each other on TikTok right now over the takes of these individuals. And by the way, did I say it's 3 wars going on at the moment? You know what? Scratch that, because it's like 3,000 billion wars at this point. I can barely keep track of all of them. Like Jay Versace's tweet, for example, the one he dropped recently and deleted. Our people still dey on top that matter on TikTok. But on a more level-headed note, at least on this particular topic, I came by a video from a brother whom I believe lives in Australia, and the perspective he brought into this conversation, I really love it, and I want to share it in this video.
Let's talk about Jay Versace's tweet that has since then been deleted, where he stated that he feels to be successful in the fashion industry nowadays, you have to be someone that has African features. And though these conversations are very much needed, it always lacks nuance and depth because it undermines and does not address the root cause of the issue within how power operates within these spaces, specifically the fashion industry. And it often just participates in pitting marginalized communities against each other in a system and a space that's already exclusionary and does not have a lot of representation. Well, the fashion industry is rooted in texturism and featureism. People of lighter skin, looser hair curl patterns, and obviously, features that pertains to them having very much Eurocentric features, have more of a career and success within this industry. Compared to people that are darker, that have 4C hair and wider features that does not conform to the European beauty standards. This is not about Africans versus African Americans, it's about which kind of blackness sells under the white gaze. It's important to note who's casting shows, who owns agencies, who's the one making the final call and campaigning also covers. Because that's the real question that we need to have. We still fail to question this institution that maintains power and control. Even though there is representation, it's still curated by white-led institutions. The conversation is so redundant because it never addressed the gatekeepers of this industry. It's crazy that in 2025 we're still having first covers. And we should be asking, are they being paid fairly? Are there any people of color within the production team of these campaigns? And is this real representation or just optics? The elephant in the room is the divide and conquer, which is the biggest trick of white supremacy, which thrives when marginalized people start conversation that directly attacks each other. In fact, it's just a result of false binary, because we can definitely critique internal dynamics of actual areas without losing sight of the real issue that we need to address. The fashion industry does not value blackness unless it's profitable or palatable to the white gaze. Representation should not only be at the forefront, but every aspect of our creative industry and fashion industry. This representation without redistribution of power is just decoration.
And no, these are not all the things that Black people are fighting over on TikTok at the moment. There are more. And it's not even funny. I'm so exhausted by this issue. I don't agree. I would never agree with Diaspora wars, but I can see why we sometimes misunderstand ourselves and why there seems to be this friction and this gap between us, right? But it really isn't something that, in my humble opinion, a little bit of patience and us finding time to sit down and communicate, like the matter is not that deep that a little communication cannot solve. So personally, I don't understand why we are not taking the communication route. Like, why are we jumping straight to fighting with each other? Why are we doing this? I don't get it. One of the wars is so bad that now we have African American people fighting with their fellow African American people because some people believe that they are FBA and the other don't believe that they are FBA as well, or don't stand with the FBA ideology.
And the FBAs are so delusional that as soon as you don't agree with them and you're dark skinned as an African American, you're a tether. Now I'm cosplaying. Now I'm forcing my Chicago accent. Can you tell that to my ancestors that was enslaved in Mississippi? Or can you tell that to my great granddaddy who fled Tennessee with all of his siblings to Chicago because he unalived the white T-man that was trying to dangle them from trees? Or what about my grandparents that were Black Panthers? I'm not a tether, and I wasn't born on the continent of Africa. I just don't agree with your xenophobic bullshit. Because the same people calling African people tethers and calling them African booty scratchers called me the same shit in 3rd grade because of my skin tone and my facial features. I'm sorry my great-great-grandmother did not get SA'd by the slave masters, I guess. I'm sorry that when you look at me, you're reminded of your West African roots. But I can't help that. I'm still African American, and I still disagree.
You just engagement forming.
Man, I was already turning crops over on this old content farm before I even mentioned something about y'all. You feel me? Motherfucker gonna piss me off on Twitter. I'm talking about I'm ready to illustrate the reason why I'm a Hall of Fame college policy debater. I'm trying to have set speech times too. I don't want no yelling over nobody. When you talking, I ain't gonna speak over you, I ain't gonna speak to you. When I'm talking, ask for the same thing. You feel me? Which one of you FBA warriors want it, man? I'm talking about I got time. I'm a proud descendant of African slaves. I was born here in America, goddamn. My people raised the land here in America, but I do not agree with the ideology of FBA. You feel me? I think they are, as a matter of fact, my argument is FBA is white nationalism and blackface. You feel me? And my link argument to be able to make that is they pick up on shit like the great replacement theory that was manufactured by white supremacists saying the illegals is coming to replace us. How come y'all never got this beef towards the individuals that's giving the illegals, quote unquote, your job?
The FBA people, I'm starting to think y'all are psychotic because y'all are also Trump supporters and Trump voters too. Because he's telling me that I don't look Black American. I am African, even though I'm telling him that I am Black American, African American. My grandparents go back multiple generations, were here. My grandmother said that we were Blackfoot Indian. However, when I did my ancestry DNA results, no native anything came up in my blood. I have 4% of Irish and Italian mixed together, and I'm happy about that. So that means the women in my family was not raped repeatedly over multiple generations. So I am proudly a dark-skinned African American woman. I am a descendant of slaves. You cannot be that, but I am. You do not tell me what and who I am. Y'all are insane. And so you mentioned I had on a filter. Okay, so the filter is off. Now what?
Like, the whole ish is just so crazy to watch. I cannot believe this is what is happening in 2025. I'm now seeing that even in the African American community, they are fighting each other. I'm like, it really does get to a point. It really does get to a point when one has to really sit back and wonder, like, what is happening? How did we get here? We have so many issues, so many fish to fry as a community. In our individual communities gone, we get so many fish where we need to fry, right? But as a the global community, we have like many baskets of fishes to be frying here. So many great things we could have been coming together to do, right? So we can actually get ourselves that liberation that we want, so that we can actually get ourselves to that point that we want to be as a people. But some people are just like, F all of that. They are not interested. The hill they want to die on is this hill of, yes, we need to be divided forever. Watching the FBA versus African American, can I even say versus African American, because they are all African Americans, no, but you guys get what I mean. Watching our brothers and sisters in the African American community now having this split in the middle, it's now as if they have now become two ethnic groups. And these two ethnic groups, they don't exactly always have the same ideologies. And now they are fighting. It's now giving tribal war. And I'm like, as if we don't have enough tribalism as it is. And I'm sorry I stand corrected, but this is how it's coming off to me watching it from the sidelines. The way my people have all of this energy sometimes to fight each other, I just wish sometimes we have this same energy, this same vim, to actually go and fight the people who actually have us suffering, for the people who actually have us subjugated, for the people who have been stealing from us. And I mean this not only to them people, even to our own people who are, championing our suffering, that look like us, right? I'm talking about our presidents and them other people who are up there making sure that we stay suffering. So this is not this is not a racial only issue, because we still get people for our own communities where they make sure say we not move forward, right? So I just want to put that clear that I'm talking about all of it right here. I'm talking about all the mofos, really. Like, there are literally so much we could have been doing right now. All of this energy that we have, if only we focus it where it matters. Do you know where we'll be? Every single day there is something new, somebody so ready to start some ish. Just yesterday here, I was scrolling on TikTok and then I came by this video from a sister that was talking about how Africa wants to take African American people's reparations.
Did y'all just hear that Africa said that they are included in African Americans' reparations? So apparently Africa and the African Union this 2025, they basically told America that they are leading the that they are leading the cause for reparations for African countries and people affected by slavery.
Wait a damn minute.
And just like that, another diaspora war. Mind you, this sister had this stake while there is already so many fires going on our mountain, you know. And then from nowhere, she came now and she made this stake, right? Now, what is this stake going to do?
Africa. Gonna fight? Y'all won't fight? What the is this talking about? Y'all want our reparations too if we get them. How the you feel like you entitled to our reparations? Bitch. Come on now, Africa, y'all come on. Everybody from over there, man, let's fight. I want to fight. We got to get this off our chest. You should have never sold us in the first place. So we want to fight. We want to fight, all us, everybody. Everybody from America want to fight. Get it off your chest. Help me! Help!
Bro, can we stop pushing xenophobia and just lying for views? Like, what are you talking about? Can you show any article, any piece of evidence or anything that proves what you are saying? Because, like, what nation is saying we want Black American reparations? Who is saying that? And then you're being purposely vague on top of that, like, oh, it's Africa. Like, Africa is one country or something? Like, what? Like, aren't there 50 different countries in the continent of Africa? What are we doing?
And we are going to get to it because it's not even accurate. She's sharing misinformation. She now is signaling to African American people that we Africans are coming for their reparation. We are the problem. We are coming to take something from them. African American people now should look out for Africans because they are coming for your stuff.
Can I have any evidence put forward? Is there an article that I can read that proves what you are saying? Because what? Come on, man.
So here's the article. Let's see where in this article it would say that
Africa said that they are included in African Americans' reparations.
African Union marks Africa Day 2025 with a call for justice, unity, and forward momentum. The African Union commemorates Africa Day 2025 with a renewed call for justice, unity, and shared progress. Speaking on behalf of the African Union Commission, H.E. Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, chairperson of the African Union Commission, delivered a stirring address that reflected on Africa's historic journey while calling for a bold steps forward for a just and prosperous future. This year's theme, Justice for Africans and People of African Descent through Reparations. Again, I repeat, this year's theme, Justice for Africans and People of African Descent through Reparations. Meaning what? They want justice for all of us, both people on the continent and, our brothers and sisters, our cousins in the diaspora. Not that they want to come and take anything from anybody here. This year's theme, Justice for Africans and People of African Descent through Reparations, honors the memory of those who suffered under slavery and colonialism, while asserting the rights of Africa and its diaspora to truth, justice, and restoration. While justice and reparations remain long overdue, the chairperson affirmed that Africa will not be held hostage by the pain of its past. He continued, Africa continues to sacrifice and strive towards freedom from conflict, underdevelopment, and war. The continent is steadily building a future of peace, prosperity, and integration. Yusuf highlighted Africa's strategic assets, a youthful and growing population, vast arable land, rich mineral wealth, and abundant renewable energy potential. With its population expected to exceed 2.5 billion by 2050, Africa is not only the continent of the future, it is the engine of global transformation. The chairperson also noted the resilience of African economies, with many countries achieving macroeconomic gains and even double-digit growth prior to the COVID-19 pandemic. He commended the dynamism of African youth and women who are leading community transformation and innovation across the continent. Africa's evolving role in global governance was a central focus of the address. The continent's membership in the G20 was hailed as both a well-deserved participation and a global recognition of Africa's importance. It is our duty as Africans, he said, to safeguard our resources and prioritize value addition through transformative initiatives like the African Continental Free Trade Area. Africa must no longer be an afterthought in global geopolitics. In conclusion, the chairperson issued a resounding call to action. Let us reaffirm our shared values and take rightful ownership of our future on the global stage. Pan-Africanism was forged through the dreams and determination of our people, but also through strategic foresight. Let us honor that legacy with bold, united action. As Africa Day 2025 is marked across the continent and in the diaspora, the African Union calls all Africans to stand tall in their identity, to pursue justice with courage, and to shape the continent's future with confidence and pride. Notice how they did not make mention of any one particular community of descendants of Africa in the diaspora. They said descent of Africa. So it's everybody. They want to fight for justice and reparations for every of the communities. That's the article. I've gotten to a point where I'm so convinced that the people who spread misinformation like this, they know exactly what they are doing. They know exactly what they are doing, and they are here as a pawn, whether they know it or not, to do the white man's job for free, because these people are not getting paid for nothing. They're not getting paid a dime. Nobody can tell me otherwise. That people who do these things, people who start these wars, they intentionally do it because they get some kind of kick, some kind of thrill, some kind of high from just seeing us fight each other. Because see, even in the screen grab she had up in her video, even if she did not read the whole article, just this stuff she had on her page, right, is saying the opposite of what she is saying. Obviously, she decided to spin her own rhetoric into it so she can cause problems. Doing this is intentional. You intentionally want to cause problems. You intentionally want to stir the pot. You intentionally want to see us fighting. Because why else would somebody do something like this? It makes absolutely no sense. And the thing is, people who do this, they know that the majority of people who are going to come by this information are not going to double check or cross check whatever they are saying. They're just going to run with it. And they always bank on that happening so that they can continue to cause this divide and cause us to fight each other. This is why it is important that we go do our own research sometimes, hell, sometimes, all the time. It is important that you go and find things out for yourself, because people on the internet, you cannot really trust them. And I know I'm someone on the internet saying this, right, which somehow it's like, you are being hypocritical somewhat, some people might say. But even me, don't trust me. Just because I come on here and make videos, I'm human. I can err, I can make mistakes, I can get things wrong. Always double check what you are hearing people say, especially when it comes to people who just like to cause problems like this. They just want to stir the pot, right? Double check, go and investigate, use Google, it's free. Go and Google what this person said. Is it true? Is this really what's happening? Don't just hear what someone said and then you run with it, because these people are going to lead you into a dark place. They're going to lead you to a pit. They are not bringing anything positive here. Not be everybody we see out there, we know what really they are about, right? So don't let these people lead you down a wrong path. We don't know what some of their agendas are. We don't know who they are probably working for. We don't know where their minds are at, right? So we should always keep this in mind and have discernment that, like, just because we see it on the internet, don't make it true. Just because the person looks like us, don't mean they have our best interest at heart, because we don't really know. Some of these people, they are like, I say they talk wolf in sheep clothing, right? Not all skin folks are kin folks. I be how they say they talk. You guys get what I mean? Like, just because this person look like you, don't mean they have our good or the good of the greater collective at heart. Some people are literally out there as pawns. They are puppets, whether they know it or not, whether they are getting paid for it or not, but they have made it their life mission to cause destruction, right? Continue to perpetuate hatred in our communities. And we should be able to know how to filter the wheat from the shaft, or however the saying goes. And another thing, let's even for a moment play into what she said in her video, that Africa wants to take African Americans reparation. How would that even be possible? Our reparations, are they going to be coming from the same source? So the US is supposed to be paying African Americans reparations. Africa's reparation is supposed to be coming from Europe. It's supposed to be coming from England, France, Belgium, and them other countries. No? Or is there something I'm missing? It's not the same place we are getting our reparation. So I don't understand how, you know what, maybe there's something I'm mixing. And another thing I feel is happening, right, in the minds of the people who do this is that they are always banking on the already existing negative sentiments that some of our people have for people from the other communities. Because if you already have a negative way you feel or think about Africans or African Americans, depending on which one you are, for example, right? It's very easy for you to come by a video like this and just run with what she's saying, because in your mind, oh, of course they did that. Of course, you know, these people that I already don't like, of course they are doing something else that is going to harm me, or something else that I don't like, right? So people like this, they bank on that feeling. And this is why I always encourage my people to have a clear mind and stop navigating life with this us versus them mentality, because at the end of the day, like, it's just us. We are the ones who are doing this divide thing. Them other people, we are the same to them. They see us as one people. So like this us versus them, it's crazy that it's still happening. And it makes it easier when you are navigating life with this I'm different, okay, it's that people, I'm these people, right? It makes it easy for the people who have made it their life mission to cause us to be fighting, to make us fight, right? To cause a divide between us. It makes it easy for these people to get into us, because if you already have that bias in your heart, if you already have this, you know, this way that you think, right? This us versus them way of thinking, it's easy for the people who perpetuate hate in our communities, perpetuate divide in our communities. It's easy for them to get to your heart because there's already that seed there somewhere. All they have to do is sprinkle a little bit of water and it will germinate and bloom into something terrible. Yes, I know there are some people in our communities that will just get on your last nerve, right? They are just going to do things and say things that are going to push your buttons, but don't let them, don't cave, don't give in to these people. Because the moment you do, that's it. They're going to send you down to a very dark place. And the next thing you know it, you are fighting your own people instead of going to fight the people that are actually causing you problems in life. Like, you get what I mean? These people who perpetuate hatred and cause divide in our communities, I'm starting to get to a point where I just want to make peace with the fact that it's like we are never going to get rid of them. But, you know, what can we do now moving forward? Because they are here, and it seems there's nothing that we can do that is going to make them change their mind on the positions that they have taken, right? So what can we do now moving forward is to basically just like ignore them. Don't feed into their whatever it is that they are doing, and don't let them get to you, because the moment you do, they've won. And they would very quickly have you being on the wrong side of history, fighting your own people. Don't let them get you there. It's a terrible place to be at. That's why me right now, I want to start navigating in my era of peace and letting go of bad luggage, things that are going to weigh you down and hold you back. Yeah, I'm in my era of no, I'm going to leave you behind. Because you will not put me back with you. You will not send me down a path of destruction with yourself. You want to go down that path? You want to be alone? Okay. I would rather go on this life's journey together with, you know, nice people who actually have their brains screwed on tight and want good for themselves and the community at large and are willing to work together so we can achieve this. I would rather go with those people. It's boring to go alone. It's weak to be alone. I don't know about you, but I would rather be part of the bundle of broom than a stick just standing there in a corner that someone can just pick up and snap like that. And hell, you cannot even compare how far you can go and how much you can achieve if you are going with a group to if you are alone. It's incomparable.
Either united we stand or divided we fall. I'm saying that because I've been noticing a lot of pro-black content creators online pushing this anti-immigrant rhetoric. You can't call yourself pro-black and be against Africans at the same time. You can't call yourself pro-black and you're against Caribbeans.
And you can't call yourself pro-black or a pan-African and be anti-African Americans. I just want to quickly chip that in as an African myself, because I know there are Africans who navigate in that anti-African American energy, and I'm not down for it. I'm not down for any of the any category or any group of my people. I'm for my people, always and forever will be. So I'm not down for that at all, right? Let's bring that in, because that exists as well.
It don't work that way. So, black folks, be careful being seduced into this anti-immigrant rhetoric and this anti-immigrant climate. It has nothing to do with you. This anti-immigrant climate has nothing to do with you. All of this is about protecting and maintaining the white majority in the United States. That's all this is about. It has nothing to do with you, black people.
And there's nothing anybody wants to say or do that is going to make me hate any of my brothers and sisters and my distant cousins, regardless of where they are located in the diaspora or on the continent. Nothing anybody wants to say. Anyways, I just want to quickly bring this on here and rant and scream at the camera and vent and pour out all of the energy that's been holding up inside me. I really needed this moment to get all of this out of my chest. Now that I've done that, I feel a lot lighter. I feel a lot better. I'm so sorry if I screamed at you guys while making this video. If I came off very in this video, I really needed to get all of that out, guys, because it really was, whoo! Don't be angry if I shouted at you. I really did not mean to. I just was, it was heavy here. It was heavy here. But I feel a lot better now, Sha. Thank you for watching. Let's just move on with love, guys, because that's what we need in this world. That's what we need. There's so much divide already. We cannot keep doing this, especially as black people, right? We already have so many other people and so many other getting thrown at us and pulling at us. Can we at least make each other home? Can we at least create this safe space with ourselves? Can we at least create an environment where we are accepting of each other and we love each other? We're already dealing with so much hate. We should not be dealing with hate too from our own. It's somehow now. It's somehow I be on not see them like that. I don't tire. Whew. I'm going to be leaving it here now. I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Bye.
This is honestly, let's call it out for what it is, a lazy attempt to get black people riled up as oh my gosh, look, they're stealing from you. It's the same thing the conservatives do to dumb white America to grift and make money. That's literally all they do. Basically lie, misrepresent information to get people to feel a certain way so you can get engagement or whatever it might be. Let's calm it down. Let's not accuse all of Africa of trying to take reparations from black Americans. Stop, bro. It's just do better. Just do better.